Right, hello and welcome to the Atlona webinar. Let's get started with our broadcast. My name is Ken Eagle and I'm excited to be your presenter for today's webinar. In this webinar, I will discuss new product and solutions from Atlona launching this quarter, Q2 2018. Right, before we begin, let me take a minute and review the GoToWebinar meeting control panel. You should see the attendee control panel and grab tab. The control panel contains panes that can be expanded or collapsed based by clicking the plus or minus arrow button on the left side of each pane. To ask questions, please type your questions into the questions pane. All questions will be addressed at the end of the webinar. If we run out of time, our staff will follow up afterward and respond to each question directly. Additionally, you will have the chat window where you can send public and private messages. Please note that today's webinar is being recorded and Atlona will send out the link to play back this broadcast after the webinar is complete. With that, it is now time to begin our presentation. Our first exciting solution category is system management. The AMS 2.0 is the latest version of the Atlona management system, featuring a brand new redesigned graphical user interface with user-friendly interaction and navigation elements. AMS 2.0 is a powerful resource for integrators, facility AV/IT system administrators, tech managers to configure, monitor, and service multiple Atlona products from a web browser. Features include automatic network device discovery, multi-device configuration and management, firmware update, automation and management, notification and alerts, event logging, and so much more. AMS is available as the AT-AMS HW server appliance or as a free software application. But please note that the AMS 2.0 software does require a Linux operating system. That's why we do recommend you purchase at the AMS HW shown on the screen here. This is a small hardware appliance about the size of one of our extenders. AMS auto detects installed Atlona devices and allows the user to back up and retrieve device configurations. Copy the configuration of one Atlona device to all identical devices and perform firmware updates all remotely without having to connect physically into a system. AMS also allows a technician to configure Atlona devices offline and then push those configurations once the devices are online. AMS 2.0 is available and shipping now. All right, next category let's take a look at will be that of networked AV. And for the past year, we've had out our OmniStream Pro series of encoders and decoders. And this quarter, we are shipping our OmniStream R-type encoders and decoders. These build off the very successful Pro series with the same VC2 codec with a modified feature set specifically for residential and light commercial applications. Let's take a look at these encoders and decoders. The encoder's on the upper right side of the slide here. The encoder has two HDMI input. One encoder. There are two HDMI 2.0 ports on there. Those are both HDCP 2.2 compliant. This device will also support HDR formats and AES 67 for audio with PCM downmix. The device also has two IR transmit receives for the two sources, as well as RS-232 control. And notice two Ethernet ports on there. That means this device will receive two separate IP addresses. It is two encoders in one box. Just below that is the decoder. The decoder has one HDMI output. That is an HDMI 2.0 output and is also HDCP 2.2 compliant. Has a IR transmit receive connector on there as well as RS-232. And the video processing engine is contained here inside the decoder. That has a 4K scaler in it and the ability to rotate the image 180 degrees. That would allow for you to take two simple consumer grade displays, rotate the top two 180 degrees and make a small video wall easily using the R-type decoders. The decoder also supports logo insertion and slate insertion, which is like an entire slide. Also features text crawl and is PoE capable. That's standard PoE, 15 watts, and also supports HDR formats. In terms of compression, uses the VC2 codec just like our Pro Series does, although we've optimized this codec a little more for video and for motion. Really ideal for your light commercial and residential applications. In terms of control, drivers are already available on the site, our site, for Savant, URC, Control4, Crestron, and our own velocity control system. And coming soon, we'll have drivers out there for RTI and Atlona. Certified and tested network switches include Cisco and Luxel brands, and you can find that certified list on our website on the product page for these products. Now, you might ask, why should you consider OmniStream R-Type? Now, there are 4 really great reasons why you want to use R-Type. Let's break those down here. They include HDR video, ultra-low latency, speed of deployment, and the ability to support retro installation. So let's start with HDR. The OmniStream R-Type supports 4K HDR, including HDR10 and future 60p HDR broadcast services. That includes HLG, that's hybrid log gamma, which is a broadcast HDR format, which we'll see in the over-the-air and set-top box from those sources. In terms of ultra-low latency, you'll see that the R-Type performs just like the Pro Series. The encode to decode delay is just 8 milliseconds for 60 hertz video. That is just half a frame of encode to decode latency. That is the lowest for any AV gigabit Ethernet platform. What that means in your application, video games, simulations, these will run live on the network with no visible latency in the image. The OmniStream R-Type device is also plug and play ready. All you need to do is connect your device to the network and upload a setup file to the switch. Use those Cisco or Luxel switches that we saw earlier that are listed on our website, along with the AMS 2.0 software, and you have a plug and play compatible system, making deployment very quick and easy. And it really takes the guesswork out of the network side of setting up your AV installation. Also, you can find amazing tutorials through our Atlona Academy videos online on how to do that. And also the beauty of the OmniStream is that it's ready for use with network cabling already in place. Go back 5, 10, even 20 years, the cable pulled in the majority of the buildings and the homes that you may be doing retro installations, you'll find is Cat5e cable. If that cable exists, rest assured you can install OmniStream R-Type for your 4K HDR applications, and you can use that existing cable. That's a huge differentiator and a great reason to choose the Atlona OmniStream R-Type product for your applications. Let's take a look at a couple of examples. First one I want to share with you here is a light commercial application in a bar or a restaurant. In the lower right corner there, we've got a big box there that's called our equipment closet. In there, I've got a number of set-top boxes and Atlona encoders. 2 encoders because I've got 2 sources going into each encoder, so I can accommodate those 4 sources. They feed into our network switch. Then in the lower left corner, you have a zone. We'll call this zone 1. This is the bar area of the restaurant, where we have 3 flat panel displays, 1 decoder behind each display. I've even got a velocity touch panel in there and audio for that particular zone. Then up at the top, the dining area, here is our second zone. Notice we've got a 2x2 video wall, a decoder behind each display, and there are 2 projectors in the room as well, each with a decoder attached to them, a separate velocity touch panel for easy control in the room, and audio to drive that. It's very simple, but a perfect example of a nice light commercial application where R-Type would be the right product to use. Another example would be in digital signage. Here on the far left, we have 2 digital signage players. going into one OmniStream R-type encoder that feeds into the network, and then we can pump that out to as many zones as we need here. I've got a number of displays on the right with a decoder behind each display, and we're even taking audio off of one of those decoders into an amplifier, providing zoned audio for the system. So digital signage, another perfect application for the R-type product. One more application let's take a look at here. This is residential. So in a whole home AV distribution system, on the lower right corner there, we have our media closet where we keep all of the sources and the encoders, the R-type encoders, they feed into the network. And then in this example, we're going out to 4 zones. We have a bedroom, a theater, living room, and an outdoor area with 2 displays. And we have a decoder behind each of these displays. And then you see off to the right there, we're actually taking audio directly out into a product I'm going to show you in just a moment called the Omni 238, which is allowing us to send audio out to all the zones throughout the house. All right, so how is audio distributed over IP architecture? Let's take a look at the audio here. We use AES67 and Dante. OmniStream Pro and R-type encoders and decoders stream audio to OmniStream devices using AES67. This is a standard that also enables interoperability with third-party AES67 capable products. OmniStream audio devices are also Dante capable. Audinate Dante is the AV industry's most popular audio over IP technology. Let's take a look at the Omni 238 product. This is an IP to analog audio bridge that is available this quarter to go along with the R-type OmniStream networked AV system supporting AES67 and Dante. The 238 receives audio streamed from OmniStream AV encoders and delivers up to 16 audio outputs, configurable as 8 stereo pairs or 16 mono channels. Up to 16 channels of PCM audio can be received by the OmniStream 238. An audio stream can be routed to one or more unbalanced or balanced outputs, each with programmable volume control. If you look there, you've got those Phoenix connectors on the back. Those are the 8 channels of audio output that I'm talking about. The 238 is ideal for feeding audio from HDMI sources into a whole home audio system, as well as multiple audio zones in a commercial AV application. Note there are 2 Ethernet ports there on the left side of the box. Port number 1 is your direct feed to the network. Port number 2 is for cascading. You can cascade up to 8 of these boxes together to add more zones of audio. Take a look at an example here. In this example, we have the OmniStream encoders in the upper left corner feeding into the network. Then notice down in the lower, just left of center, we have the Omni 238, that black box there. That's taking a direct feed off the network, and it is outputting to our zone amplifier, driving those 2 rooms in the lower right corner. All right, one more very exciting product in the networked AV category is the OmniStream USB over IP devices. This is the Omni 311 and 324. The 324 actually works in tandem with the 311 for extending USB from peripheral devices to a PC over the gigabit Ethernet connection. The OmniStream 234 features a 4-port USB hub for peripherals, while the OmniStream 311 interfaces with a PC or other host device. The OmniStream USB over IP system is compatible with USB 2.0 data rates of up to 480 megabits. It can be used with high bandwidth devices, including cameras, speakerphones, microphones, and DSPs, as well as keyboard, mouse, and even touch displays. Up to 7 OmniStream 324 units can be simultaneously paired to the OmniStream 311. Additionally, USB routing over the network can easily be managed through the AMS 2.0 software. All right, let's switch gears here and take a look at some products in our commercial offering. And we'll start here with the Gain series of amplifiers. The Gain 120 shown on your screen here. The Gain 120 is a compact power amplifier designed for low or high impedance applications. Has a mode selector switch which allows the Gain 120 to deliver 2 channels of 60 watts, each into 4 or 8 ohms, or a single channel of 120 watts at 70 or 100 volt. The Gain 120 is controllable via TCP/IP or external trigger and can be integrated with Atlona AV switchers and OmniStream AV systems for a wide variety of sound reinforcement applications. And then the Gain net is the small card you see being inserted into the box in the picture below there. The Gain net is a network audio interface card for the Gain 120 power amplifier. It features AES67 and Dante dual channel audio bridge, adding the capability to accept 2 channels over a network from a Dante or an AES67 equipped DSP, as well as the OmniStream AV encoders. The Gain net can easily be installed into the Gain 20 in any field application. Take a look at a couple of examples where you might use this. This drawing here, this is in a simple conference room. I have a conference table on the left side there featuring the 510W wireless presentation switch, which is outputting into the credenza in the lower section, where we're hosting a CLSO 840 matrix switch as part of our presentation display. And then from that CLSO, we're taking audio directly out, de-embedding audio from that stream, taking it directly into the Gain 120 and powering the local in-room speakers. Now in this second example here, we have an all IP conference space where everything is being driven by encoders and decoders in the room. And in the top right portion of the screen there, you see 2 of the Gain 120 amplifiers, each with the Gain net network card installed, and that network card is being used to pull the AES67 or Dante audio stream directly off the network and then power those local speakers. Also in that same family is the Gain 60. The Gain 60 is a compact power amplifier designed for low or high impedance applications. Also features a mode selector switch, which allows the Gain 60 to deliver 2 channels of 30 watts, each into 4 or 8 ohms, or a single channel of 60 watts at 24, 70, or 100 volts. Additionally, the Gain 60 is UL 2043 plenum rated. That means convenient installation in a plenum airspace above a drop ceiling. The Gain 60 is controllable via TCP/IP or RS-232, and it can be integrated with Atlona AV switches and OmniStream AV systems for a wide variety of sound reinforcement applications. And rounding out this category here is the Atlona Rack 1U. This is a heavy-duty 1U rack shelf designed for installation of 1 or 2 of the Gain 120 power amplifiers in an equipment rack. This rack shelf is also ideal for side-by-side rack placement of many other Atlona products, including our SW series of switchers, the HDVS 300 systems, the Gain 60 power amplifiers, our UHD CAT series distribution amplifiers, and many more. Note that the Rack 1U rack shelf is a required accessory for the Gain 120 amplifier to ensure proper secure rack installation. All right, and let's wrap up with our residential category here. And in the residential category, we are shipping the HDR H2H 88MA this quarter. And this is an 8x8 HDMI matrix switcher for high dynamic range, that's HDR formats. It is HDCP 2.2 compliant and supports 4K and UHD video at 60 Hertz with 444 chroma subsampling, as well as HDMI data rates up to 18 gigabits. The 88MA is ideal for residential applications with 4K or UHD and HDR sources and displays. It is compatible with all video resolutions, audio formats, and color space formats supported in the HDMI 2.0b specification, plus the ability to pass metadata for HDR content. The 88MA does include EDIT and HDCP management features and can send CEC display control independently to each output. The unbalanced analog audio output, that's the bank of green Phoenix connectors on the upper left on the back side of the box there. That bank of audio outputs are paired with each HDMI input for sending de-embedded HDMI audio to whole house audio systems. So not only do you have the HDMI outputs with audio going along with that video, you have de-embedded audio on each of those outputs tied to each one of those 8 inputs. The 88MA can be controlled via Ethernet, RS-232, and IR, and it does ship with a handheld IR remote control. And for those of you who are looking to take your business to the next level, Atlona is here to help by offering free accredited education courses online at atlona.com/training, or just click on the training button when you're on the Atlona website. In addition to our technology specialist and certified technologist courses, you can also access our AV over IP sales certification and technical networking certification courses online. Please register today at atlona.com/training, and if you already have a login to our education portal, you can simply sign up for the courses once you log in. For any assistance with your education portal, send email to training@atlona.com, and don't forget you get valuable CTS and CDA continuing education credits for all of our courses through the education portal. And one last reminder, don't forget to sign up for our YouTube channel. Subscribe to that. We continually add videos weekly to this channel. Get the latest updates by subscribing to the Atlona YouTube channel. All right, everyone, have a wonderful day, and we will send out a follow-up email with a link to the recorded webinar shortly after this is done today. Thank you.